So, why am I still reviewing She-Hulk? The real question is, why are you still watching my She-Hulk videos? Obviously, I want you to continue watching my videos, so maybe don't think too hard about that question. Seriously though, I think most of us are just waiting for Daredevil, though I am also fairly interested in seeing what form the Intelligentsia takes. In keeping with tradition, we've got another episode of She-Hulk doing a whole lot of nothing. Jen goes on a few dates with the Josh guy that she met at her friend's wedding in the last episode, and they have sex, and then he doesn't respond to her texts for a few days. And we get over 2 minutes of montage of her checking her phone and wondering why this guy isn't texting her back. Thankfully, this harrowing adventure is interrupted when Jen has to go check up on Abomination with his parole officer. Now here I thought, thank God, Blonsky showed his true colors, he's coming back as a villain, but no. He had a malfunction on his power inhibitor due to coming in contact with an electric fence while saving one of his pet chickens. On our way to Blonsky's rehabilitation retreat place, we get another minute of montage of her checking her phone. Fun stuff. Before finally getting to something semi-interesting, we are introduced to the character Man-Bull, first introduced in Daredevil issue 78 in 1971. He was a criminal who became the victim of a genetic experiment, turning him into a hybrid Man-Bull. His name is pretty self-explanatory, while also being granted super strength and durability. We're also introduced to El Aguila, aka Alejandro Montoya, introduced in Power Man and Iron Fist number 58 in 1979. He is actually a mutant in the comics with the ability to project electromagnetic blast through a metal object, but in the show they don't mention the fact that he's a mutant. We get a short tour of Blonsky's hippie commune, followed by another montage of Jen checking her text messages because 2 times wasn't enough. She eventually stumbles upon Blonsky's former villain self-help group, which might actually be a group of not-so-repressed homosexuals. These guys sound pretty gay. And it's somewhat implied that Aguila and Man-Bull may be in some kind of relationship. But here we're also introduced to 2 more D-list characters, to include Saracen, an ancient vampire with only 3 comic book appearances to my knowledge, those being issues 1 through 3 of Blade Vampire Hunter from 1999. Also the character Porcupine, who was first introduced in Tales to Astonish number 48. I think he's meant to be a race-swapped version of the original Porcupine, aka Alexander Gentry, a guy who created an enhanced suit for the military but decided to keep it for himself and become a villain. And there's also Wrecker, who returns from episode 3 leading the fake Wrecking Crew to round out this very insecure bunch of men embracing their feminine energy so that they can speak their truth. I think it's kind of funny that the writers made this group of villains sound like male feminists. Maybe not intentional, but still pretty accurate. But I have to ask, why is this even an episode? Jennifer Walters is a Hulk. She should be out superheroing, which I don't think is a word, but I don't care. Not engaging in this cringy millennial pity party where she's insecure about guys and her Jennifer Walters persona, but also seeking validation. In my opinion, she has better things that she could be doing. Why does Emil Blonsky, the supervillain, end up being the most reasonable and put together character on this show? Can somebody answer that one? The funny part is, after Jen learns to accept herself, it turns out that Josh is a member of the Intelligentsia, and he's got her DNA. So I guess the real message of the show is all men are trash. And now I have a question specifically for women. Women, you are the target audience here. How do you feel about this series? Do you think it accurately reflects women? Because I have to say that if I was a woman, I would be offended that Disney expects me to feel represented by this character. Jennifer Walters throughout the series has shown herself to be petty but also self-righteous, manic and irresponsible while harboring contempt for others, and wildly insecure while simultaneously displaying unearned confidence. I hope that She-Hulk in the comics breaks the 4th wall and sues Kevin Feige for greenlighting this embarrassing adaptation of her character. And that's all I have to say about that. If you enjoyed this video, I'd appreciate it if you hit that like button and subscribe to my channel. Also hit that notification bell so you never miss out on a new video. I'll see you all next time. Bye.